The Cain Velasquez situation is crazy. What's up, boys? We're back today. This video might be a little longer. It's a sad video because one of my childhood heroes, Cain Velasquez, has been sentenced to 5 years in prison for doing something that basically any man would. Okay, so the headline that I'm reading says, Cain Velasquez is heading to prison. The former two-time heavyweight champion was sentenced to 5 years for attempted murder and other charges at a hearing at the Santa Clara County Hall of Justice in San Jose, California, ending a 3-year saga that has been repeatedly delayed in courts. So basically, if you guys don't know what Cain Velasquez has done, his daughter was molested on multiple occasions, and he once he found out about this, he took a gun and he chased the man down in a car chase, and he missed him. He hit his stepdad or something like that, and yeah, man, he's facing 5 years in jail. It's probably gonna be about 1 year of actual jail time and a couple years on house arrest, but it's still just super sad to hear about one of the greatest MMA fighters of all time. You know, I know it's kind of sad to compare, like, put his MMA career first, because Cain Velasquez is a human being, dude, and this guy's life is being ruined for doing something, like I said earlier, that basically any man would. But in terms of like, this is just so crazy, man. Cain Velasquez, what he did for the sport, dude. This guy, let's take a look at Cain Velasquez's career, because that's what I want to do. I want to shine light on Cain Velasquez. I want to just bring the positivity up, dude, because it's a really tough time. Cain Velasquez, what he did for the UFC was crazy. He was one of the most promotable figures back in the day. He brought so much limelight to Mexican MMA, which we'll talk about a little bit later. But still, Cain Velasquez's first fight in the UFC, he knocked out Brad Morris. After that, he knocked out Jake Bryan. After that, he knocked out Dennis Jajonik. 3 fights in the UFC and 3 knockouts. This man was unstoppable. He then went to decision with Ben Rothwell. Sorry, nope. He went to decision with Czech Congo. And after that, he knocked out Beth Rothwell. After that, he knocked out Antonio Rodrigo Nogueira. And after that, he got a title shot against the one and only Brock Lesnar, in which he was an underdog going into it, and he knocked out Brock Lesnar cold. Brock Lesnar, one of the biggest stars in the UFC at the time, and he sent Brock Lesnar out of the UFC, dude. After that, he did take an unfortunate loss to Junior Santos, but then he went on a 3-fight winning streak, regaining his title against Junior Dos Santos and beating Antonio Silva. After that, he then beat Junior Dos Santos again in a trilogy fight, which cemented him having 3 title defenses pretty much in the UFC. After that, he lost to Fabricio Verdum by submission. And after that, he picked up a win to Travis Brown. And he came back a couple years later to fight Francis Ngannou. They were just trying to build up Francis Ngannou, and Cain Velasquez got in the way of that. He knocked him out in a round, unfortunately. But still, dude, Cain Velasquez at the time was a cold-hearted, just beast in the UFC, dude. This man was unstoppable. No one could stop Cain Velasquez in his prime. And in tough times, well, we can look at the people who are supporting him. You know, a lot of MMA fighter stuff came out in the last couple days. So let's read some tweets, you know. Renato Moicano says, it's crazy that Cain Velasquez was sentenced to 5 years. The only thing he did wrong was missing the target. Obviously, he's talking about shooting the actual perpetrator, the one who did the crime. And I agree with Moicano here, dude. Cain Velasquez did nothing wrong in this situation. It sucks that he's going through this, you know. And what sucks even more is that the person who actually did it is he's free. He's a walking man, dude, and Cain Velasquez isn't, which is so unfortunate. The next tweet we do have, it's more of a, I guess, a statement from Bryce Mitchell. I'll play the clip.
Pardon Cain Velasquez and put these child molesters to death. That's what I would do. That's what I would do if I was in charge, brother. I promise you that on everything.
You know, I'm gonna go ahead and agree with Bryce Mitchell again here, dude. Bryce Mitchell has a point, you know. I shouldn't be laughing, but, you know, Bryce Mitchell is someone who's a little bit controversial. You know, he does say a bunch of crazy things, but this time I'm gonna go ahead and agree with Bryce Mitchell. You know, people who do such things as that, I don't even know if I should have said it earlier in the video. I might have to blur that out, but still, people who do that, they should be sentenced to the death penalty, dude. Then the next thing we have is it's a reliable source, I believe. 34 people wrote personal letters to the judge in 2022 pleading for Cain Velasquez's bail release, including, let's read some of the names on this list. Dana White, obviously, the founder of the UFC, pretty much CEO of the UFC right now. Khabib Nurmagomedov, obviously training partner with him. Islam Makhachev, obviously, could be brother. Daniel Cormier, you know their relationship. Kamaru Usman, Rey Mysterio, Henry Cejudo, Yair Rodriguez, Brandon Moreno, and Kelvin Gastelum. You know something about those final four guys? They're all Mexican. As a Mexican myself, what Cain Velasquez did, bringing so much attention to the UFC from the Mexican fanboys, I don't think we honestly would have. Some people like Yair Rodriguez, some people like Brandon Moreno, some people like Raul Rosas Jr. nowadays, if it wasn't for Cain Velasquez. This guy made the UFC in Mexico pretty much, dude. And it sucks that he's going through this, dude. I've said that so many times, but it's such an unfortunate situation. But shout out to all these fighters, Dana White included, dude. All these WWE wrestlers who have wrote personal letters to the judge pleading for Cain's innocence, Shout out to all these guys, man. The next thing I do want to talk about, obviously, is some more tweets. Gilbert Burns Dorino has said free Cain. Orban Elliott official has said free Cain. We can only hope that Dana White has spoke to Trump about this. Hopefully Trump can somehow pardon him, to the dismay of only the poison to our society. Orban Elliott obviously tweeted again, please say that's 2.5 years on good behavior. Again, he tweeted, well, if that's the case, all in all, good result when you consider how the criminal justice system is. Absolutely gutted for Cain and his family. You'll be out in no time, champ. You're forever a legend to us and a hero to your family. And Darren Till has said free Cain, I'm glad that the MMA community is coming together to talk about this. It's such an unfortunate thing. And, well, Cain Velasquez is not going to have a hard time in jail, brother. Let me tell you, dude. Anyone wants to mess with Cain Velasquez in jail, it's not going to end good for them. But, it's probably expected that Cain Velasquez will get respect in jail. Someone of his stature. One of the greatest MMA fighters of all time, dude. And this sucks, dude. Just wanted to talk about it today because as a Mexican myself, as someone who has met Cain Velasquez, I thought maybe I would voice my opinion on this situation. Like I said, it sucks. Cain Velasquez did the right thing at the end of the day, dude. And, yeah, man. Thank you, bud, for watching. MMA Outpost out.